today I want to talk about a very controversial subject in the legal world. Every year, people are affected by some of the most horrifying crimes imaginable. Families lose loved ones because of someone else's intentional actions, and they are the ones left dealing with that loss for the rest of their lives. While nothing can truly undo that pain, the justice system has to decide how society should respond to those who commit the worst crimes. One of the most debated questions in our legal system is whether the death penalty should remain an option. Some people believe it is unnecessary and carries too many risks, but it is actually a very important form of justice for the most extreme cases. So today I would like to explain why the death penalty should remain a legal punishment for the most serious crimes, because not only does it provide justice for victims, but it protects society from the most dangerous offenders and can even help prevent future violent crime. A major idea behind this argument is a term called proportional punishment. It is an idea that says that the consequences of crime should match the seriousness of the offense. For example, someone who commits a minor crime and someone who intentionally murders another person should not ever be receiving the same punishment because the harm that was caused is completely different. When someone deliberately takes another person's life, the justice system should recognize how permanent and how devastating that action is. The death penalty represents the highest level of accountability for the highest level of harm. This connects to an idea called retribution. When you say the word retribution, most people immediately think of revenge, but it does not mean revenge. It means that a person needs to be held responsible in a way that recognizes the damage that they intentionally caused. It focuses on fairness and accountability rather than just wanting someone simply to suffer out of revenge. In the case of Gregg versus Georgia in 1976, the United States Supreme Court recognized retribution as one legitimate purpose of capital punishment when proper legal protections are in place. The court acknowledged that society may decide certain crimes are so severe that they deserve the most serious punishment imaginable. A legal scholar by the name of Robert Blecker also argued that the punishment should consider the harm done to the victims, not only whether an offender could possibly be rehabilitated. Supporters of the death penalty believe justice should include rehabilitation, but only when possible. Some crimes are so extreme that accountability is what should be considered. The second reason supporters defend the death penalty is because it protects society. One purpose of criminal punishment is incapacitation. This means preventing someone from possibly committing future harm. Supporters argue that some offenders have shown such extreme violence and disregard for human life that they should never have the opportunity to ever hurt another person again. While life imprisonment removes someone from society, it's argued that it does not completely eliminate every risk. There is always the possibility of escape, release, future violence within the prison system. The death penalty is the only thing that will permanently remove an offender and prevent them from committing another crime. The government has a responsibility not only to punish people who commit serious crimes, but also to protect innocent people from those who have demonstrated that they are capable of such extreme violence. The death penalty can also serve to discourage future violent crimes. This argument is based on the idea of deterrence. This means that the possibility of a severe punishment can cause someone to think twice before committing a crime. An economist named Isaac Ehrlich argued that criminals consider possible consequences when making decisions, and his research showed that capital punishment can discourage murders. And another economist, Joanna Shepard, she later found an association between executions and lower murder rates, estimating that each execution was linked to approximately 3 fewer murders. I do believe it is important to acknowledge it is still heavily debated. The National Research Council has concluded that current research can't definitively prove whether the death penalty prevents murder because studies have reached different conclusions. But even if there is disagreement among researchers, if the death penalty even has a possibility of preventing innocent lives being taken, some murders, it should remain available as an option in the most extreme cases. One of the strongest arguments against the death penalty is the concern about wrongful convictions. This is a serious concern, but the solution is not to eliminate it. It's to improve the justice system, to reduce mistakes, to advance DNA testing, improve forensic technology, multiple levels of appeals, extensive judicial reviews. All of these can provide additional safeguards. The goal should be to make the justice system as accurate and as fair as possible, while still allowing the death penalty to exist for crimes that are considered the most severe. Thank you.